This question is utterly ridiculous. Some of you fucking fair weather allies need to shut the fuck up. Oh, demonic, pure evil, pure evil. Here is Mahmoud Khalil, a political prisoner of this administration. One of the first major instances where the administration directly took action against an American with a green card for the crime of a First Amendment violation, like the crime of exercising their freedom of speech and hurting the feelings of the state of Israel. Anyway, since then, as you guys know, I interviewed him and he's been on CNN, and this is how CNN chose to approach the subject matter.
Just to be clear here, though, do you specifically condemn Hamas, a designated terrorist organization in the United States, not just for their actions on October 7th?
I condemn the killing of all civilians, full stop. But what I don't want to get into is no, I am very clear with condemning all civilians. I'm very straight in my position in that part. But it's disingenuous to ask about condemning Hamas while Palestinians are the ones being starved now by Israel. It's not condemning October 6th, where 260 Palestinians were killed by Israel on before October 7. So I hate this selective outrage of condemnation, because this is not, this wouldn't lead to a constructive conversation. And this is also like what we want to deal with is the root causes of why that happened. And it's in no way anyone can justify
just to be clear,
the killing of civilians.
Mahmoud,
yeah.
We did ask about, we've talked at length about your views, of course, on the Palestinians, but it is fair to ask you about whether you condemn Hamas, because the Trump administration has claimed that you are a Hamas sympathizer. So it's very important to actually ask that question in this broad conversation.
Yeah, I simply asked and protested the war in Palestine. That's what I did. That's my duty as a Palestinian, as a human being right now, is to...
What do you do? I mean, this is literally her trying to set him up to, I guess, what? Get deported? Get arrested by Trump again? Set up a separate fucking legal case? Like, what are we doing here? Demonic. Pure evil. Pure evil. Do you condemn Hamas on July 22nd, 2025, after this dude spent 104 days in fucking prison? What a fucking ridiculous thing.
Ask for the stop of the killing in my home country, and that's consistent with who I am. I'm a firm believer in international law and human rights, and all my values come from that point. It's just like, to me, it's always, as I said, disingenuous and absurd to ask such questions when literally 62,000 Palestinians have been killed by Israel, and that's why I wouldn't really engage much into such questions on condemnation or not.
It's insane. And now, of course, this interview is making the rounds. John Kennedy, Mahmoud Khalil can't even bring himself to condemn Hamas. So why are many Democrats in Washington falling over themselves to support him? Department of Homeland Security also released a statement. Mahmoud Khalil refused to condemn Hamas because he is a terrorist sympathizer, not because DHS painted him as one. He branded himself as anti-Semite through his own hateful behavior and rhetoric. Anti-Semite. It is a privilege to be granted a visa or green card to live and study in the United States of America. The Trump administration acted well within its statutory and constitutional authority to detain Khalil, as it does with any alien who advocates for violence, glorifies a supposed terrorist, harasses Jews, and damages property. He did no such thing. Why not just condemn them when asked and move on? Everyone who supports him knows the truth. Man, are you fucking joking? Be for fucking real. His goddamn people are being slaughtered, and you want him to make these like fucking stupid ass concessions? Some of you fucking fair weather allies need to shut the fuck up, okay? It is the same mindset, the same cucked mentality that the American has, that always looks for reasons as to how someone must comply with the police. Never delay the blame and the responsibility in the hands that is worthy of said blame. It's never the cops' problem. It's why didn't you just comply? Why didn't you just condemn Hamas? Why do you not condemn Hamas after Israel has genocided the entirety of the fucking Gaza Strip? Never give an inch to these fucking losers, especially at this point, okay? You would have paid the piper close to October 7. You had to do it. Okay? If you wanted any opportunity to like actually have a fucking conversation about something productive about what Israel was doing, you had to fucking do some version of this. That's 2 years ago, okay? It's been 2 fucking years of endless, unlimited ethnic cleansing. Israel is starving Palestinian children every single day. Children are dying of malnourishment. And you're over here being like, well, why can't he just condemn Hamas and like move on? The entire question as to why, the entire reason as to why Mahmoud Khalil is being asked to condemn Hamas is specifically because that offers room for justification for Israel's military campaign, okay? That is the framework that they want him to operate off of, especially in a situation where like his words are literally the reason why the administration threw him in prison. It is ridiculous to ask this question, especially because it will be used to take away his freedom once again. How should he respond to the bad faith question? I think he did a fine job. This question is utterly ridiculous. I have made my position on the limits of resistance, and I've made my position be perfectly clear that I do not condone civilians being targeted. Okay, that's it. That's what I said at the fucking Customs and Border Patrol question as well. They didn't ask me directly if I condemn Hamas, but they kept asking me, what do you think about Hamas? Do you love Hamas? Do you like Hamas? I kept saying Hamas is designated by the American State Department as as a terrorist organization. I'm on the side of no more bloodshed. That's it. I'm on the side of ending civilian deaths. That's it. You don't have to say anything other than that. He's never said anything that's even remotely pro-Hamas, and they put him in jail anyway, chatter. Do you think this has anything to do with whether he condemns Hamas or not? Monstrous to ask this question this far in. Please, can you help me understand why Israel is bad? I'm from the UK. I feel like the media I've seen has pushed me and many others into believing Israel are not the problem. I don't know, man. They're doing a mass starvation campaign right now. 4 children just died yesterday of famine. And the reason why the British media is actively running cover for Israel is because the British government is also culpable, just like ours is. That's why our media also does this kind of insane nonsense. But it's been 2 years of unlimited fucking bloodshed at this point. It's crazy how someone can still have this position where it's like, can you explain to me why Israel is in the wrong?